My name is Victor Tiffany. I'm with Revolt Against Plutocracy, the Bernie or Bust gang. This is a tutorial video that has two parts. If you're here on the Rap Sheet page, Rap Sheet group, Facebook group, to help recruit Bernie or Bust pledge takers, you're going to want to skip ahead to the point indicated by this time right here. For now, I want to demonstrate how to increase messaging using Facebook, and of course we have the bumper sticker, which is posted below. You can get that bumper sticker, get it on your car. It's very important that we get this message in front of suburban voters long before this primary season starts, so they understand in no uncertain terms the only candidate that many of us are going to back is Bernie or Sanders, making Bernie or Bust a foregone conclusion. If Bernie's not the nominee, Trump will be reelected, even though we're going to be voting progressive third party. That's the or bust of our strategy. Let me do a share screen here. I will get this going. All right, so this is just a Facebook page, my news feed. I'm going to enter here. Well, actually, I already have the search done. It went away, so let me finish. Click enter. Okay, so what comes up here, this search result, is actually a infrastructure for Bernie or Bust that we didn't have available last time. There wasn't that much in place. So what we're going to do is click on pages. We're going to make use of these pages to send a message to all of our Facebook friends, supposedly at once, but it doesn't work that way. Now, I've already done this for this first page, so I'm actually working on the second page. It seems to be going a little bit faster than normal. So once this loads, I'm going to click on the invite your friends right here. All right, this is what usually starts taking a while. I'm going to open this up. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is a message that I'm going to be sending people, but I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to highlight it, delete it, and I'm going to come over here to my email account. I have a draft email set up to send to myself, and it's a whole list of stuff. I'll show you more of this as we go along and work on the tutorial for the Facebook group. But I'm going to grab this, so I don't have to keep typing it over and over again. I just have it sitting in here. Come back to my invite. I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to select all my friends. But you can see invited is 2,259. I've done this twice, so it doesn't get all the friends invited. This is the third time I've used this. I try to come through and invite, quote, 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 unquote, all my friends once a day. So there's the sending of the invites, and that's that. Now I go back, I do other things. I go to Twitter and work Bernie or Bust there. But basically at this point, I'm done here. You can go back and use this infrastructure that's in place, these videos or the groups. You know, you can post in groups, but we have a better strategy. So I'm just going to close this tab and go over here. This is the Rap Sheet group. This is the tutorial that'll be sitting right here for you to watch. You're already watching it, so you've already clicked on that. This is the bumper sticker. So now I'm going to go down here and click on the files. This is what's new. And the whole point here is to have you promote Bernie or Bust without ending up in Facebook jail. So you can click on any one of these Facebook groups, sheets 1 through 4. We'll start with 3. Click on 3. I like to start at the bottom, but it doesn't matter. You right-click, open another link. Right-click, open another link. The reason I keep doing this is because it speeds up the whole process. Actually, this is the reason I'm re-recording this tutorial. I'm not going to do Motivation Monday because this is a Friday. I'm just going to skip to the next one. There. Now I've opened, and you can see these opening up, a whole bunch of pages. Now, what I do normally while I'm waiting for these pages to load is, again, go out to Twitter. I operate there. I can search Bernie stories on the internet and find any story where I can just post a comment. So I'm going to shift this down, and I guess I need to go back. I'm going to close this up while these are loading. As you see, these are still loading here. And I'm just going to show you something else. Remember, I have this long list of stuff in my email draft. There's a whole bunch of, just come up here again, whole bunch, all of our narratives, our Burn Your Bust narratives are here. We have Plan B explained. We have a written manifesto. I'm going to go through this, but all this information is actually available right here on our group. We have it listed right here, Burn Your Bust narratives, videos, or posts. So I created that email by simply highlighting this page, all the stuff that's on this page, right? I just highlighted it, copied it, come over here to a draft email, pasted it into here, and now I have something I can modify, change, and I added this to it so I can make use of it. So we're back here. That demonstrates this page. Let me just go back to, while these pages are still loading. As soon as I get these loaded, then we can talk about something else. These are a Burn Your Bust YouTube account. You can go through those. There's about 40 some YouTube presentations you can make use of on various social networks. These are Facebook groups where you can promote your book, and Burn Your Bust is also a book. So all these groups have Burn Your Bust, Pioneers of Electoral Revolt, promoted on him somewhere. So what we do here, what I've been doing here, is bumping that. And the reason isn't so much to sell the book, but these people basically are kind of swing voters. They're not really paying attention. They read escape literature, fiction. They read romance novels and things like that. But the idea of bumping the Burn Your Bust book on these pages is just to get that in front of us. Same as the messaging we used on the first part of this tutorial, messaging, getting Burn Your Bust out in front of viewers, either using the bumper sticker offline or using the bumper sticker offline, or the messaging using the Facebook, Burn Your Bust Facebook pages on Facebook. So I finally have one loaded here. We can finally go ahead and proceed. I have posted a pledge on all these pages. So if I type in my name, you can use your name if you want. You can bump your own post if you want. But this, you'll certainly find something from me here. I've gone through all these sheets to make sure there is a pledge posted somewhere on here. Right here you can see a recent one. So you click on that. Anything that indicates it's a Burn Your Bust pledge narrative, which extort or be extorted is. So to come down here to bump this to the top of the page, and I'll show you how that works in a second, all you have to do is add a comment. Like anything, really. You can leave, oops, let's spell it right. You can just leave a slogan. Or you can say, is a pledge, and then add the URL, which I have memorized, so I don't have to look it up. Burn Your Bust, let's spell it right, 2020.us. enter. And what that's going to do, if we go back here to the top of this page, looking backwards, let's go. Try it again. Okay, here's the search. All right, now we're going back to the feed. And as soon as this thing loads, it won't show up above the announcements. But if you notice, you see just below the announcements for this Facebook group, this has been bumped up to the top. And that's the way it's going to work every time. So what we do is the same thing along all these groups. Oh, this is this one. Let me come over here and find another one. It's the one we just did. How about this one? We're going to do the same thing on all these. Usually I don't spend a lot of time. I don't start doing this until they're all loaded. What I do is flip over to Twitter and promote there. So here's an announcement post. I don't want to use that. This thing stops. There we go. This is a pledge. So I'm going to click on that. This is trying to hang up on me here. You can tell when these circles stop that the browser is just frozen. It was just going much better for me yesterday morning than it is now. You can see even the mouse is not. All right. So I get these up like this, and I'll go ahead and click on comment. And basically, that gets it ready. Again, I'm frozen here. Let's go. Come on. Comment. This isn't working so well for me at the moment. Wish I could just pause the recording while this thing wakes up, but unfortunately, it looks like my browser is just crap the bed. So I'm going to stop for a second. I can keep my eye on it in the background, and maybe I can even pause. Okay, I have this set up now. I'm going to go back to share screen, and I'm going to show you what I've done. So I'm going to share this. Okay, we're back here. So I have all these set up. All they're waiting for are comments, and it's the comments that's going to bump them. So I'm just going to grab a comment. I like our post that Bernie or Bust is a foregone conclusion. So I'm going to highlight that, copy it, and come over here, and I'm going to paste it. I only do 10 of these at a time at the most because I was practicing or building up this, bumping these. That's what we're doing here, is bumping these posts. So I'm going to, let's see if I can get that thing out of the way. I can't. There we go. Be careful how I hit this. All right, come along here. This is what speeds this up. I'm just going to paste this in and enter. I'm going to paste this in. All I'm doing by leaving this comment is bumping this pledge post up to the top. And of course, I'm adding a little bit something about Bernie or Bust is a foregone conclusion. And by the way, I'm going to show you that why only Bernie Sanders can defeat Donald Trump at the end of this. Just to give you a tour of our actual website that we're using here. All right, so I'm just going to go down here. This is how you speed things up. You just open those things when they're ready to go. You've got a pledge post up, ready to bump. Enter it. See, they open up like that. Just do it again. Enter it. If you do it many more than 10, you're going to get a warning from Facebook that you're going too fast. And that's that. So at this point, I come over here to the first one, and I just start closing these. And then we were working on whatever sheet we were working on. I think it was 2. All right, you just go down the list, wherever you left off, and just right-click and open and go through that process again. Again, I do about 10 at a time. So I want to show you the effects of this. Now, this is part of the website that you can't see. Our website is statistics. So I can show you something. See these last 4 days? I've been doing this, bumping, all right? And it's building up. Look at the visitors yesterday, 70 visitors, compared to what we had been seeing for weeks. I'm not sure what happened here, but there was a lot of site activity. But the site's not getting much traffic until the last 4 days when I've been bumping these posts. I just wanted to show you that. And then this is the website we're talking about. This is the Revolt Against Plutocracy website where Bernie or Bust pledges are taken. This is a post from yesterday. This is our most recent post. It's a narrative to encourage people to take the Bernie or Bust pledge. This is Pat the Burner on Twitter, and he explains how Brian Williams on MSNBC did something really horrible. You can watch that if you want. This is Crystal Ball explaining on The Hill, a rising show on The Hill, the bias. She uses Brian Williams' showing of an anti-Bernie tweet, which was a deceitful tweet. It wasn't even an honest tweet. Of course, that's Brian Williams, right? Everyone knows how honest he is. So I point out here that what can be done about it. Understand Bernie or Bust is a battle cry of the revolution. Then people can take the pledge. They can right here click this, takes them to a bumper sticker page. This actually is this tutorial that I'm replacing now, but I will put this tutorial into this link when I get done recording it on YouTube. And then this is another tutorial. And then this is our page for, you can actually click on it and show you, it goes back to our movement building page where we quote Harold Meyerson. But I'm just not going to stay here. I want to go back to this. Right? Here's the moving building tab. You can click the same thing up here. Again, this is just a tour. Now you know how to use this page. This is just a tour of our website. This is the most recent post. This is a more complete video explaining how corporate media is smearing Bernie and undermining his campaign. This is to stress at the end that this is a leverage strategy. Bernie or Bust is a leverage strategy. And you can also basically warn people that Bernie or Bust is a foregone conclusion. So if we go back here, that is something you can leave. That Bernie or Bust is a foregone conclusion. And so how do we get there? Well, let me just give you an example of how we can make use of this list of short URLs on the website. So you come up here where a link is, paste that short URL in, hit enter, and you'll get this post where I make the case, we make the case, that Bernie Sanders is the only candidate who can defeat Donald Trump. And I explain this in a video tutorial. That video, by the way, is the link right here. That's this link is that video explaining why only Bernie Sanders can defeat Donald Trump. Let's see if I have any information down here. This is just this is a link to a review of Thomas Piketty's analysis of voter behavior in France, England, and the United States over the last 70 years. And that's one of the points we use to make the case that Bernie Sanders is the only one who's going to get poor people and poorly educated people out to vote. And you can do, you can do that for any one of these sites. We like to sometimes point out that we are not Sandinistas, and by that we mean we sometimes have criticism of Bernie Sanders. You can see that post, and I'm just going to paste in that URL, and here we are from 2015. Yes, this was written by Patrick Walker, who co-authored Bernie or Bust, the book, with me. Right, and you can find Bernie or Bust, the book, if you want to use that to boost the any one of the pledges, you can easily enough do that. I can actually show you how to add it. Just say Bernie or bust is an integrated strategy. All right, and then HTTP Bernie or bust .info. That's where we have the book, and I can show you that. So that you highlight and use to bump a pledge Twitter, just to make people understand that there's more to this than just taking the pledge. And so I'm going to copy that again, put that in here, just so you can see the book website. Oh, I can't reach it now. Why not? Here we go. This is where we talk about the book. This is a video that explains Independent Revolutionary Integrated Strategy, or IRIS. That is an iris, just a metaphor. So here's where people can click and get the bumper sticker. They can click here. It'll take us back, take them back to the website we just left, where they can take the Bernie or Bust pledge. They can donate to our pack here, and they can buy the book by clicking on this. I'll show you. This goes right to the publisher's book site, where you can go ahead and order the book. So that just, again, shows you the book and shows you basically how to use the book website to promote the pledge or the book. It's an integrated strategy. And then, of course, you have the the Bernie or Bust website ourselves. By the way, this is the original website. The home page is a Bernie or Bust pledge, right? It's probably the most the most comprehensive to explain it. And if we go back here to the most recent post, this is where we started. I just want to show you something. We come down here, take the Bernie or Bust 2020 pledge. That takes you back to this very same homepage. All right, so you can use that. You can, there's frequently asked questions. This is the movement building page, or you can figure out, oh, let me just go here because it's got some useful stuff. Again, this is a tour of our website, movement building. So you can actually, these are tutorials, how to use Facebook, how to invite all. We already covered that in the course of this. All right, this is another one, another tutorial on how to use the Bernie or Bust pledge on Facebook, how to promote it. Again, this is how to promote Bernie or Bust on Twitter. This hashtag is a search you can use on Twitter. And once you find all these people who are using Bernie or Bust pledge on Twitter, you can just reply to them, hey, this is a pledge. These are graphics you can right-click on and save in a folder somewhere. All these are useful to promote. Right? These are size so they can be used at the top of a group page. Let me just go back here and give you an indication what I'm talking about. So let's go to discussion. So we have this one here. We don't have the we don't have one of these up as a header, but we do on the Revolt Against Plutocracy page and the Revolt Against Plutocracy discussion group, not the Bernie or Bust rap sheet promotion. But the idea here is you can bump my pledge post. It creates more traffic to our website, creates more donation, or not donations, but pledges to the website. You can use these as header to your Facebook page, or header to a Bernie or Bust Facebook page, or Facebook group. That's what these are for. And then these are places where you can post. Right? This is subscription only. Alternate, you can leave posts. Don't use on alternate, because I got banned for this. Don't use these short versions of the URL. Use the long versions. Like this one is a Action Network pledge site. This is the long version. Don't use the short versions. Use the long versions for alternate, because I got banned from alternate. Reader-supported news allows comments. Mother Jones allows comments. Mediaite allows comments. The Intercept has comments. Salon allows comments. All these places you can go out. This is a free account you can sign up for with Newsweek. You can go out and promote the Burn Your Bus Pledge using any one of these many narratives. Again, this came from the rap sheet. All these are various narratives you can use. Right? Burn Your Better, Smarter, Bigger this time, Burn Your Bus 2.0 Pledge as a backup plan. Again, you can save this in a draft email to yourself. You can save this in a document, which is what I normally do. I always have a document open, and this is it, because I prefer to go Alt-Shift. The reason I can't do that is because I'm on share screen. If I do an Alt-Shift, I lose you. I can only share one application at a time, so I'm sharing this particular browser. But that basically covers it. That's how we use this. You're just going to you're going to use these files and all of these groups that we've accumulated, Burn Your Bus groups 1 through 4, or the book promotions. Again, you're just bumping the book promotion because that gets Burn Your Bus out in front of suburban swing voters who aren't paying much attention. You just got to get that graphic, that Burn Your Bus thing out in front of people between now and when they vote in the Democratic Party primary, so they understand this is real and this is a movement. They better get behind Bernie Sanders. So this is another one that I've opened. I guess maybe I can one more time demonstrate how to do this. Just search my name. All right, here's a post. I'm gonna leave a comment on it. It can be anything. All right, so this time I'm just gonna leave a graphic. And I have one right at the top of my list. This very first graphic, I'm just gonna come here, use that. And I think I can just hit enter and it goes. All right, and you can see a graphic. You can do something like that to boost, I'm sorry, not to boost, that costs money, but to bump my pledge up to the top. That's all adding that comment, that graphic in the comment did is boost this or bump this post up to the top. That's what we're doing here. And doing that over and over and over again using these lists will keep you out of Facebook jail. You can do this pretty fast. Remember, I only open 10 at a time. That's a safe rate. Let those pages load and then go and search my name and leave a comment on them and bump them up to the top. That's how we build the Burn Your Bus Pledge movement. That's how we get more and more people to do it. But we need your help. And without that, it just isn't going to happen this time around. We need you to help bump these pledges and send that message on Facebook and offline using bumper stickers. And damn it, we will make damn sure Democrats vote for Bernie, or else they know they're going to end up with Trump, because we're voting third-party progressive candidate if it's not Bernie or Tulsi, Plan B. Thank you.